Hello, welcome to Pantheon of the Geeks. You join us for a talk through of the army we're going to be using for the new 40k. This is our fourth video. Here we have the Tyranids. So we have High Fleet Kraken, and these guys over there, they look different because they're from High Fleet Megalodon, and they're a splinter group.
Yeah, they're like a little splinter infiltration force.
Yeah, they just wanted to get in on the act.
Yeah. Plus we've got these Forge World Rippers at the front. They look pretty cool, did like them. They look like a proper swarm compared to having the individuals on the base. Now we've got them for ages, but just never got around to paint them. So hopefully before we actually play, they'll be painted. Everything else is ready to go, pretty much. I'd like to rebase them. I'm not entirely happy with some of the bases that I've done. I'd like to put a bit more on the bases. They're a bit blank, like the Tyragon. It's pretty blank, the base. I'd like to have something on. If we get a chance to do that, I'll do that, but definitely want to get these painted. So what we have here is a battalion detachment. So we've had Vanguard and Spearhead detachments. We've had a battalion, which was your Imperial Tempestus. So you've also got another battalion. So you've got other battalions. But that'll grant you a +3 command points. So you have a total of 6 command points to spend before when we're going into battle.
Okay.
So it might be a telling thing, even though I've got elites or heavies in mine, yours might be better because I've got more command points. We shall see how it works. So, we have 2 HQs. We have the Hive Tyrant, who's power 10, coming in at 208 points. He's stood at the back though. He's 143 points plus Monstrous Scything Talons for 31 points. And a Lash I can't spot, it's a lisp. Got a lisp. Sorry, a Lash Whip. I say it like Stewie, and then I might say it right. Lash Whip. And a Monstrous Bone Sword. Whip. 25 for that, some Toxin Sacs for 4 points, and a Adrenal Glands cost 5 points on there. We have the other HQ, which is the Broodlord here. He's 8 power, or 162 points. He comes with Monstrous Rending Claws, and he just costs 162 points flat cost. You don't add on, this is 0 for that. Okay. So there was no extra to add on. At the back there we have some elites with 3 Zone Thrups. They've just got claws and teeth themselves, so they're not adding anything onto this. So the 3 of them is just 120 points. We have 10 Termagants. Now I was a bit conflicted when taking the Termagants and the Hormagants. We've got 2 units of Hormagants, 1 unit of Termagants. It's better if you take them in hordes. Oh. They get better rules. But we'll go into that when I read out the stuff. But it'd be better in bigger units, but in a bigger battle where we've got more than 1,000 points, I think that's the way to go. Big units.
Right.
But anyway, so the troops Termagants, 10 of them, they're power 3, costing 50 points. That's 4 points per Termagant, plus some Toxin Sacs. Flash Borers are free. Hormagants, 3 power again, but these cost 80 points. So you can see there's a difference between power and points, though. The power doesn't reflect all the add-ons you can have. So it's better for just a pick-up sort of narrative style game as opposed to a fair balanced tournament style where every point's calculated. We're doing just basically let's get to 1,000 points ish with these. So this is nearly 1,000 points this army. So the Hormagants first lot and second lot exactly the same. 80 points, that's 5 points each with Toxin Sacs, that's 2 points each, and then Adrenal Glands 1 point each. Scything Talons are free, so each unit is 80 points. Then we have 5 Genie Stealers, they're power 4, but they come 70 points. So points wise they're actually cheaper than the Hormagants, but power wise they're actually more. There you go. But basically their upgrades, they are better than so what have we got? 5 points each, and then Toxin Sacs, 4 points each, and then Scything Talons also free. We have the Ripper Swarms here at the front, which are 3 of them, they're 11 points each. They come with claws and teeth. These guys have got spine mauls as well, and that's 6 points, 2 points each. Total points, 39 points, 2 power. And then at the back there is a heavy sport with Tyragon Prime. So it's a full prime. It's power 10, 189 points. It's 128 basic with Monstrous Scything Talons, which is 60 points, and a Prehensile Pincer Tail for a point. And that takes the whole army to 998 points, or 49 power, which is roughly the same. I think a Stomper is 49 power as well.
Wow.
Which is one of the things, all of them being all these armies we're doing, as being just around 49, 50 points. I'd like to play like them off against a single stomper or something like that.
Yeah.
Like an army trying to take down the one big model. So that'll be a pretty cool little thing we could try out as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the points costs. So I was going to tell you a little bit about the rules.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm reading from the Tyranids army list. So just a bit of clarification where it says Hive Fleet in brackets. For example, if you were to include a Turvagon in your army and you decided it was from Hive Fleet Kraken, then where it says Hive Fleet, the keyword would change to Kraken.
Yeah, same with all armies. Like the Bad Marines have got Clan.
Yeah.
Or the Space Marines have got Chapter. So you just replace it with Blood Angels or whatever you would use as a chapter.
So here we've got two, haven't we? Unless we're just treating those as...
We're going to treat them as Kraken.
As Kraken. That's alright then.
The Devourer doesn't care.
As long as they're happy with that, that's all that matters.
It's a different cell from the same body. They don't really care.
Well, I don't want any arguments. So the abilities, we have Synapse. So Hive Fleet units automatically pass morale tests if they are within 8 inches of any friendly Hive Fleet units with this ability. Instinctive behaviour. Unless a Hive Fleet unit with this ability is within range of a Synapse ability, see above, of any friendly Hive Fleet units, it can only target the nearest visible enemy unit if it shoots, and if it charges it can only declare a charge against the nearest visible enemy unit. Shadow in the Warp. Enemy Psychers must subtract 1 from any psychic tests they make if they are within 8 inches of any units with this ability. Tyranid Psychers are not affected. Hive Mind Discipline. Before the battle, generate psychic powers for Psychers that can use powers from the Hive Mind Discipline using the table below. You can either roll a d3 to generate their powers randomly, re-roll any duplicate results, or you can select psychic powers you wish the Psyker to have. So the Hive Mind Discipline, d3. So on a 1 you get the Horror. The Horror has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select a unit within 24 inches that is visible to the Psyker. Until the start of your next psychic phase, that unit must subtract 1 from there to hit rolls and leadership characteristic. You get a 2, that's Catalyst. Catalyst has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select a friendly Tyranids unit within 18 inches of the Psyker. Until the start of your next psychic phase, each time a model from that unit suffers a wound or mortal wound, roll a d6. On a roll of a 5 or 6, the model does not lose a wound. And on a 3, Onslaught. Onslaught has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select a friendly Tyranid unit with 18 inches of the Psyker. That unit can advance and shoot this turn without suffering any penalties to ballistic skill for moving and shooting heavy weapons or advancing and shooting assault weapons. In addition, that unit can also charge this turn.
Cool.
So that's that one.
So we'll start with the Hive Tyrant, shall we?
The Hive Tyrant.
So tell us a bit about that.
It's got a 10 power, and we have a movement, weapon skill and ballistic skill, which is all dependent on the remaining wounds that it has. So 1 to 2 remaining wounds. The movement is cut from 5 or 8 inches. Its weapon skill is 4 and ballistic skill is 4. On a 3 to 5, its movement is 7 to 12 inches. Again, weapon skill and ballistic skill is 3. Remaining wounds of 6 or 10 plus. Then the movement is between 9 inches and 16 inches, and weapon skill is 2 and ballistic skill is 3. Strength is 6, toughness 6, wounds 10, attack is 5, leadership is 10, and a save of 3 plus. The abilities are Shadow in the Warp and Synapse. We've also got the Will of the Hive Mind. The range of a Hive Tyrant, Synapse and Shadow in the Warp abilities is 12 rather than 8. We've got Death Throes. If this model is reduced to 0 wounds, Roll the dice before removing the model from the battlefield. On a 6, it lashes out on its death throws, and each unit within 3 inches suffers D3 mortal wounds. We also have Psychic Barrier. A Hive Tyrant has a 5+ invulnerable save. So, and we've got a Psyker. A Hive Tyrant can attempt to manifest 2 psychic powers in each friendly psychic phase, and attempt to deny 1 psychic power in each enemy psychic phase. It knows the Smite power and 2 psychic powers from the Hive Mind discipline.
Okay.
So that's it for the Hive Mind.
Cool. So the other HQ is the Brood Lord.
Brood Lord.
You have the rules here.
Just have a look. Yes, I do.
Yep.
So the Brood Lord has a movement of 8 inches, weapon skill of 2, no ballistic skill, strength of 5, toughness 5, wounds 6, attack 6, leadership 10 and save 4+. The abilities are Synapse and Shadow in the Warp. Lightning Reflexes, this model has a 5+ invulnerable save. Swift and Deadly, this model can charge even if it advanced during its turn. And Brood Telepathy, you can add 1 to hit rolls in the fight phase for the Hive Fleet. Genestealer units within 6 inches of any friendly Hive Fleet, Brood Lords. There we go. And Psyker, again, the same as the Brood.
Yep.
So it's the Hive.
Yep. And then we have the Zoanthropes.
The Zoanthropes. We have 2 for the Zoanthrope. So we've got normal Zoanthrope and the Neurothrope.
Yeah, one of them's a Neurothrope. This guy here with the 3 things on his back will be classed as a Neurothrope.
We'll go through the Zoanthropes first. So movement 5, weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 3, strength and toughness are both 4, wounds are 3, attack is 1, leadership is 9 and save is 5+. The Neurothrope even, movement of 5 inch, weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 3, strength and toughness both 4, wounds 3, attacks 1, leadership 9 and 5+. The abilities again, Shadow in the Warp and Synapse. We also have Spirit Leech, a unit that includes a Neurothrope regains D3 wounds lost earlier in the battle whenever it slays an enemy model with the Smite psychic power. We have Warp Blast. When this unit manifests the Smite psychic power, it inflicts D3 additional mortal wounds if this unit contains 4 or more models. And Warp Field, models in this unit have a 3+ invulnerable save. Psyker, a unit of Zoanthropes can attempt to manifest 1 psychic power in each friendly psychic phase and attempt to deny 1 psychic power in each psychic phase. A Zoanthrope unit of 4 or more models can instead attempt to manifest 2 psychic powers in each friendly psychic phase and attempt to deny 1 psychic power in each enemy psychic phase. The Zoanthrope unit knows the Smite psychic power and 1 psychic power from the Hive Mind discipline. When manifesting or denying a psychic power with the Zoanthrope unit, first select a model in the unit, measure the range, visibility, etc. from this model. If this unit suffers perils of the warp, it suffers D3 mortal wounds as described in the core rules, but units within 6 inches only suffer damage if the perils of the warp causes the last model in the Zoanthrope to be slain.
Cool. Right, so we have 2 units of Formigants, and those are movement 8, weapon and ballistic skill 4, strength toughness of 3, 1 wound, 2 attacks, 5 leadership and 6 saves. They're all got the toxin glands and adrenals and stuff like that, and all that stuff going on. They get instinctive behaviour, bounding leap whenever this unit piles in, it consolidates up to 6 inches. Hungering Swarm, so this is one of the rules I was telling you about earlier. So if the unit consists of 20 or more models, you can re-roll the wounds of 1 when it fights.
Oh.
Which is very useful. However, to really make use of that, you have 30 models in the unit, because you're going to suffer casualties from shooting. So if you want that bonus, you have to take a 30 strong unit. You can suffer 10 casualties and still get the bonus.
Wow.
So I think that's what we'll be doing in the future, because we've got plenty of Hormigans that need painting, plenty of Termagants need painting, so we can have a proper horde coming from that. The Termagants, speaking of them, they're a 6-inch movement, 4+ for weapon skill and ballistic skill, 3 to strength and toughness, wounds 1, attacks 1, leadership 5 and a 6+ save. So they're coming with flash borers, this entire unit, and again armed with toxin sacks. They get the instinctive behaviour again, and a hail of living ammunition. So if the unit consists of more than 20 models, you can reroll all wounds of 1 when it shoots. Yeah. So it's got the same ability just when it shoots. So you've got massed fires of like little flash borers going towards things. The other unit we have at the front here, the Gene Stealers. So they're movement 8, a weapon skill of 3, no ballistic skill, strength toughness of 4, 1 wound, 3 attacks, a leadership of 9 and a 5+ save. We've got a flurry even of claws. Gene Stealers have 4 attacks instead of 3, whilst their unit has 10 or more models. So again, you're probably going to want to take a 20 strong unit of them to make sure you've always got more than 10 models in a bigger army than this. So when we upgrade these armies to like 1,500 and 2,000 points, the Tyranid army might literally just get exactly the same units, just with bigger units.
Right, yeah.
We'll have to see what the points are like. They have lightning reflexes, so Gene Stealers have a 5+ invulnerable save, and swift and deadly Gene Stealers can charge even if they advance during their turn. So they're very, very fast. Very, very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how Gene Stealers perform. So the other troops choice we have is the Rippers, not to be ignored, the little guys. So they have a movement of 6, a weapon with skill of 5, 3 for strength and toughness, 3 wounds each because they're a swarm base, 4 attacks each, 4 leadership and a 6+ save. They have the instinctive behaviour ability, which is just a standard ability if you don't have sign-ups. And then Burrowers. During deployment, you can set up a Ripper swarm underground instead of on the battlefield. At the end of any movement phase, they can be tunneled up to the battlefield. Set them anywhere that is more than 9 inches away from enemy models. So basically, they can deep strike from under the ground, which is pretty useful.
That's cool.
And finally, we have the Tyranid Prime. I think it's probably my favourite Tyranid model. Plastic model, anyway.
Yes.
Of all. And I did say he had a prehensile tail, obviously the model doesn't, but we're just counting that as he does for now. So Tyranid Prime. Yep. Okay, so his movement, weapon skill, and ballistic are all based on his wounds remaining. So while he's at 9 for movement, 3+ for weapon skill, 4+ for ballistic skill. When he goes down to 4 to 6 wounds remaining, it's 7 inches movement, 4+ for weapon skill, 5+ for ballistic skill. And when he goes to 1 to 3 wounds remaining, it goes to 5-inch movement, and then 5+ to weapon skill, and a 6+ to ballistic skill. Now, the other thing about these little charts, I just want to point out, that the opposite from Age of Sigmar. Sigmar says how many wounds have you taken?
Yeah.
So you always got to remember how many wounds you've taken. I've always thought it'd be better if you just said how many wounds remaining, because you already know that. You'll have a little dice next to him marking the wounds. You don't need to then go, oh, well, he started with 12, he's taken 3 wounds, so he's on 9, so he had 3 wounds. This you just got to get 9 wounds.
Well, that's what threw me when we were playing the Age of Sigmar, the Tale of Two Gamers,
well,
and that.
You had to keep.
I had to keep going, looking at you, going,
oh,
how many have I taken?
So yeah, this is the way around. This makes more sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, digress. Abilities: Shadow in the Warp and Synapse. So again, he's another Synapse beastie. So the idea behind that is these little burrowers will be coming up wherever he comes up, and then he can control them basically. Subterranean Assault. During deployment, you can set up the Tyranid Prime underground instead of placing it in the battlefield. At the same time, you can set up another Hive Fleet, or Kraken in this case, troops unit in the Tyranid Prime's tunnel. At the end of the movement phase, set up a Tyranid Prime anywhere on the battlefield, more than 9 inches away from enemy models. If there's another unit in the Tyranid Prime's tunnel, set it up at the same time, wholly within 3 inches of the Tyranid Prime, and more than 9 inches away from enemy models. Any models that you cannot place in this way are destroyed. So all I'm thinking is probably deploying the Gene Stealers in the tunnel. And going boom.
Yeah.
Or getting that Hormiguns. And then death throws, a bit like when a vehicle dies.
Yeah.
If the model is reduced to 0, we'll draw d6 for removing the model from the battlefield. On a 6, it lashes out its death throws. Each unit within 3 inches will then suffer d3 mortal wounds. It's also a monster. So there we go.
That's pretty cool, actually, that they've got something similar to vehicles.
As they die, like,
Well,
flailing about.
Why would they flail about?
Flails about and then it lands on somebody. Great. I'm really looking forward to seeing how these guys work. Tyranids for us have been very underused in the last few years, really, to be honest.
Yeah, we collected them, but...
Since we collected them, we sort of joined our collections together to make one hive fleet, and we've not used them since.
No.
So I really want to get these guys played and used and see how they fare. Okay, so the next video, there might be a little bit of a delay, but we're doing Chaos next because we haven't done any Chaos stuff. Claire is currently painting.
I've got one dude ready.
One dude ready. They might still do the video anyway, because we'll be able to hopefully see them in combat.
Yeah.
But we've got one dude ready.
He's got a banner bearer.
Yeah. But what are you doing?
I'm doing the blood letters of Khorne.
Blood letters.
So I've got a little army of blood letters. I've got the ones on the skull crushers, I think they're called. I've got 3 of them. I've got the Khorne cannon.
Khorne cannon.
Khorne cannon. I don't know what that's called. Cannon of Khorne. And a demon prince. And I've probably got all those wrong, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Demon prince, blood letters, greater demon.
Oh yeah, I've got the greater demon of Khorne, haven't I, as well, with the axe and the flail.
It's basically the blood tide set that we unboxed, and your greater demon, which we did previously.
Yeah.
And that's your 1,000-point army.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they'll be quick to get together and paint.
Yeah.
Really, so we can get them in time for...
Well, the greater demon's done.
He is.
It's just a case of doing the blood tide set, which is basically, if anyone doesn't know what blood tide set was, it's the starter set plus a demon prince.
Yeah.
So there you go. So hope you've enjoyed this and the videos we've done so far. Stay tuned for some more videos coming up, and please like and subscribe, it helps out loads, and we shall see you again soon, guys.
See you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye.